good, y'all? Y'all now in tune to the Urban Male Show. I am Dr. Coffee, a licensed clinical mental health counselor. To my left,
that dude live. What up?
well, that was actually to my right. Now, to my left.
It's your boy Moudon, Brooklyn Dawn.
Yo, Scotty, all the way.
All right. And we bring you this show today because we are four brothers who went to a HBCU, St. Augustine's. We've known each other for 26 years and counting. And we just giving you a perspective on how we see things in everyday life through the middle adulthood. So, without further ado, I think we got some mail, brothers.
Check it out, man.
You've got mail.
We've got mail. All right, and this one comes from Jimmy. And Jimmy says, parents just don't understand.
We ain't talking about Will, are we?
No.
All right. We ain't doing none of that Will shit.
Do parents, the internet, social media, or both set expectations for kids in society today? Let's talk about it, brothers.
Yeah, that's a good topic.
Yeah, it's L. It's L. I think it's a little bit of all of it. Well, a lot of all of it. I can't even say a little bit. Parents as parents is supposed to be the primary source of influence on your kids. But we all know how much today social media play a big role in their self-esteem,
Absolutely.
their day-to-day happiness. You know what I mean? They post a picture and it get 4 likes. They day is through.
They're done.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But they post that same picture and they get 52 likes in 30 minutes.
Right.
They on top of the world for the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely play a big role in their lives.
Right. You know what, though? Do we really even set expectations for these kids? That's a real question.
I
think all responsible parents do.
Right. Good answer.
Like,
Good answer.
because, like, I mean, it's said all the time, like, no one has to rise to low expectations.
Yeah.
So you think about it, if I don't give you any expectations, you don't have anything. You don't have anything to go to. So, we have, like, if we don't, like, that means it's a Wild West. You do whatever you want.
Right. I mean, kids know, we all know when we was growing up, we knew what our parents expected of us.
Oh, for sure.
Now, whether we did everything that they
right.
expected of us is a whole nother conversation.
Right.
But we definitely know that it was expectations put on us.
Yeah.
And you know how the saying go, expectations breed disappointments. So when you got to be careful and cognizant of the type of expectations you put on your children. We all want our kids to be better than we were,
us.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
when we don't know no better,
right.
how are we going to teach them?
Right.
Right.
And it's a thin line between, I don't want to say over expectations or trying to make our kids what we want them to be rather than paying attention to the path they're going and kind of guiding them on their path rather than you might have a kid and say, I want my son to be the president.
Right.
Yeah.
This little cat might not want to be the president. He might want to be a dancer.
Yeah.
Right.
Living vicariously.
Right.
through these kids.
I mean, I think the thing. I mean, well, go ahead, bro. I didn't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
Nah, living vicariously through these kids, but go ahead.
I mean, the thing is, when we still talk about expectations, the expectation I think should always be that you do your best at whatever you're doing.
Right.
Like so like in your case, if the kid wants to be a dancer, all right. How can we get you to A-League?
Right.
We gotta get you to wherever we can, get you to Broadway, wherever. Be the best at whatever that is.
I ain't buying you no tutu though.
I mean, I'll let your mom handle that.
But parents also need to be transparent too, because they'll see some things and ignore it like they don't know what's going on. Case in point, I had this client, he's like, Doc, let me show you this TikTok video, I made with my mama. Now, the mother let the kid drop out of school at 16, right? He showed me the TikTok video. This boy got a red rag hanging out his pocket. They doing, all of that. And then she has the nerve to say that people at the school are tripping and won't let my son back in. First, ma'am, you let him drop out.
First of all, right.
Second of all, while you doing your TikTok video, you know he's not a farmer. Lumberjack.
He can't do drywall.
Why does he have a red flag? Can't do drywall. Why does he have a red flag in his pocket?
Right.
But she just conveniently looks past that. So parents, I think parents got to be a little more transparent as well. What do you think?
I mean, in reference to that, I mean, they gotta take that responsibility because, you know, when they grew up, you know, they was put under the same pressures, you know what I'm saying, from their parents. But what expectations do you really set for kids that are like real expectations? You know what I'm saying? What happens when you set expectations with kids that's not really, you know, obtainable, you know what I'm saying, for that kid?
You need to tell them the truth.
Right.
Be transparent. If
Right.
you got a 1.5, you're
Right.
not going to college to play football.
You're not going to college anything.
You're not going anywhere.
You're going to the school of hard knocks. That's as far as you're going.
Right.
Because that, I mean,
How far do you go with that when you know?
but I'm saying, but see, that's the thing though. That's where the realistic, when you say like, if you came, Dad, I want to go, you know, I want to go play for Georgetown or go. And I want to be a small forward, like, son, you're 5'7".
You can't make a layup.
You're 122 pounds, and you couldn't shoot an open shot if your life depended on it.
Right. And
That's
Georgetown is not in the.
So if you want to go to Georgetown, let's try to get you into law school.
Something. Right.
Something other.
That's
Like,
realistic
I mean,
expectations.
but you can't feed into that craziness if you know, like, if your kid's like, well, you can be anything you want to be. Yeah, but you can't be 7 feet tall if you're only going to be 5'7". So no, you can't be anything you want to be. Realistic. That's all we say.
Right. All right.
Just be realistic about it.
So,
True indeed.
yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. That actually like kind of relates to a little bit what we was talking about before, where what these kids see on social media most of the time is like not really like realistic.
It's a highlight reel.
And yes,
it's a highlight reel.
and they think that this is like, yo, that I can do that, and that stuff is all like fake, and it's too accessible. Like, it's really raising our kids in the wrong way.
I see where you're going.
That's why
You know what I'm
Daddy
saying?
said the first thing he said was responsible parents.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I know
as
what you
parents, these kids are gonna be on social media.
Yeah.
We can't deny that We can't deny that. They're gonna be on social media. But at the end of the day, are you gonna be a parent that say, I don't give a fuck what you seen on social media? You're not doing that in my house. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you can't.
Yeah.
Kids ain't gonna parent themselves.
That's right.
All kids need structure. Without structure,
Because every kid, as far as the rubber band will be.
Exactly.
When the rubber band turned into a brick wall, that's when that's as far as my dad go. That's
exactly. And they gonna test your boundaries.
it. Oh, every day.
Every kid know their parents,
Yes.
so they gonna. Let me see if I can get away with.
Push that envelope.
I got away with that. Oh, word. All right. Next time, if, for instance, say your kid got a 9 o'clock curfew. He come in 9:30. Oh, Dad, we was at cookout. The line was long. All right, son. Next time you let him go out,
45.
he gonna come in 9:45. Oh, Dad, nah. We was driving and it was an accident, so they had all the cars was backed up. All right.
Yeah.
Next time it's gonna be 10 o'clock. And he ain't gonna tell you shit that time. Bobby. He ain't gonna say nothing that time. He's just gonna come in like, what up, Dad?
Right. Yeah.
Why? Because it's acceptable behavior now.
And
First 2 times I was late,
You're right.
all you said was alright.
Behavior.
Acceptable behavior now. So now I can come in late. I know my pops said,
Yeah.
if you come in at 9:30 and the next football game is next Friday, and you done got fresh thinking you about to go to the game,
Let you get
Yo.
fresh.
yeah, let you get dressed.
Let him get.
Where you going, dog? Oh, the game tonight. Watch Friday Night Lights on. Nigga, nah, like, you know what I mean? Guess what?
Indeed.
The week after that, when you let him go to the game, what time you think coming in the house?
8:45.
True indeed. True. Yo, you know what's crazy though? There won't be changed behavior unless sometimes there are severe enough consequences.
Absolutely.
Oh, always.
Absolutely.
There's a kid. He has a 1.5 GPA, but he works.
Wow.
Got suspended 10 days already out the school year,
Mhm.
right? So you know the next
That's
one, he got a
half.
manifestation hearing coming right up. But mom lets him work. He calls mom, bruh. He's cursing in front of her in the office to the point I told him, I said, bro, you got to go. Not in here. That ain't my mother,
Right.
but you won't
Right.
talk to your mom right here, right? So why does she let him work and expect a different result? And I tell her, you cannot continue to do that because as long as he's allowed to work, he sees no value in going to school.
Right.
Because
Right.
he's allowed to work, he keeps his
Right.
money, and now he thinks he knows everything, but you expect change behavior. That's why he's calling you bruh.
Right. Right.
Yeah, 'cause
Nuts.
again, set expectations and what's allowable because these kids like my daughters tried to,
If we all
just
try it.
Of
you know, bruh,
Excuse me?
and no words even had to be. Oh, my bad, Dad.
My
Yeah,
bad,
exactly.
Dad. Right,
I understand. So
Right.
I mean, but still, it's that social, the social aspect of it when we look at because your client sees that there's no stress put on actually having because you can go out here and make your paper. You can go out here and do your and to a kid that has no responsibility and has no concept of responsibility, you get a $400 check. You think he on cloud nine.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I get the J's that come out this week,
Uh-huh.
and then I can still do this, do that, and then in 2 more weeks I'm gonna get another check.
Another one,
And,
right.
and ask him what homework you did in these 2
Nothing.
weeks.
Nothing. You got a 1.5.
So yeah, but all that sets from that because if you're led to believe that you can still make it, you can drop out of school. You can. I mean,
Right.
like that's the thing that's put on, and that's where it comes to
Social
the people
media, right,
around you
right,
to say,
right.
"Nah, son, that's not real."
Right.
Social media think anybody with a phone could go out
You're a
here and
star.
become
They
an
got a
influencer.
platform.
Star.
And I'm gonna get millions
Right.
off influencers because I'm gonna have 1 million followers and I'm
Right.
gonna have my channel gonna be popping and I'm gonna
Yep.
do this. I'm gonna be
Right.
streaming. Lil Casanat and all them cats got these kids really
Right.
thinking. My son used to talk about Pretty Boy Fredo and all them years ago. Where they at now though? Pretty Boy Fredo was popping 4 years ago. You couldn't be telling me he wasn't the king of YouTube.
No, that's true. Unrealistic expectations. Just totally unrealistic. And I think it's up to us, man, to start really telling these kids the truth. I had a 12-year-old tell me, yeah, well, the kids said I was bad, but, I'm not going to let them get to me because that's going to mess up my career. I'm like, you're 12
Career
years
what?
old. What career? do
Right.
you
What
have?
career are you talking about?
What career? But nobody's telling them any differently. And he
Right.
really believes that I have a football. You're 12 years old. You're not even in high school yet. But he has an unrealistic expectation that he's going to go to the NFL automatically.
Right,
And they're
right,
not telling him
right.
the truth.
Right.
No,
Can-
you're probably
yes.
not going to
Can,
go.
can you? Yes. Will you probably?
Probability versus possibility.
Right.
Right.
Two different things.
Two different
Two
things.
different things operate on two different planes. They are not mutually exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so the thing is, the expectation should be to get to that point, you have to get somewhere else. And at 12,
Right.
what's the next step? You got to get to high school.
All right.
There you go.
The next
Right.
step from that is you got to continue to play and get better, but also you got to get
To
out
college.
of high school and get to college.
How
Right.
about this?
And how do you get there?
You got to learn. You got to know how to read. Because I can't 8th graders reading on the phone.
You can't be an 8th grader when you're on 5th
Yeah.
grade
On the
level.
4th
Right.
grade level.
Right,
Yo,
right.
I gave these kids an assignment of a mindfulness class I did. And I asked them some questions. And I showed you, right? And instead of writing I don't know, he writes IDK. And I'm lost. Because I'm
Right.
like, I said, yo, what is this? I
Right.
said, what do you mean, doc? He said, I don't know. Why you ain't just write I don't know?
Right.
They write in,
Right.
in
They
text.
write how they
write in
text.
text.
Yeah.
They write in text now.
Yo,
remember,
that's-
their lives consist of 140
Yeah,
characters.
that's
Right.
And
Right.
Every
Right.
thought I have
and they're
has to be relayed in
This way.
140 characters.
and this is how I also receive information
That's,
too.
that's the
Right.
right. Stuff that stimulates the
So
brain.
I would almost beg to think that visual statistics even go with that because think about how many more people watch shorts
than actual.
Then actual
Yeah,
5 minutes.
just
Like
saying, right.
I'd say watch something in 5 minutes. Like, bruh, like it's 5 minutes.
It's 5
like,
minutes.
It's 5 minutes.
Me and Moody had this conversation not too long ago when we was talking about. I don't even want to go into what we was talking about. That's gonna start a whole tangent conversation. However, things that was put out for the masses back in the. I hate to say back in the days.
You old back in the day.
Make it sound like dinosaurs, but years ago, things that was put out for mass consumption versus things that are put out for mass consumption now. You gotta equate the attention span
Right,
of
right,
the
right,
the
right. Go to
audience
right.
span.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
certain things has to be dumbed down and has to be
Yeah.
gotten to quicker. An old movie you might watch, it might have took 20 minutes of character development just to explain the depth of this character.
It's got to be doing
Right.
the opening credits.
Now you got to do it
Right.
now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right
You got
now.
5 minutes to do this.
Certain
Say
content and information shouldn't have to suffer that consequence of
what?
being
Certain what?
certain content or information that you're saying that you're trying to share with these kids shouldn't have to be dumbed down or chopped up
It
in
has
bite
to
size.
be. It has
Just
to
for
be.
them
It has
to
to
enjoy
be.
it.
It has to
You're
be.
taking away a lot.
They're not gonna watch it.
Gonna
They won't-
watch
they
it.
won't-
Whatever you're trying to get out,
That's what we say. They won't participate.
Right.
Like,
the message that you're trying to convey,
You
if
better
it's
tell
taking
them.
30 minutes to get to this message,
Tell
after
them
5
10.
minutes, they
Yep.
hitting
5.
next video.
5.
Back. And you got 5 minutes to catch me.
Yep.
You don't catch me in that 5, I'll holler.
Because even this the school system, just seeing how archaic it is, the way they teach, they see no value in it because they learn like
Right.
this.
Right, yeah.
And you
Yeah.
stay on a whiteboard.
On the board. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't learn like that.
Yeah.
They don't. So it has to
Yeah.
change.
I mean, because everything has to evolve to a point where it works for the audience that it has to be for.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's the, we always say chew up the meat and spit out the bones kind of thing. Like, now I can't even serve you full plates. It's got to be small
Appetizers.
little portions.
Appetizers.
You know what I'm saying?
Instead of a full
yeah.
course meal, you get 5
Right.
appetizers now.
And if you do want to play in the game, you have to conform to a certain degree.
Right.
Or like when I said, you're gonna be obsolete because what you said, 30 minutes, leading up to the. If you ain't telling them in the first 10 minutes, man, you
Yeah.
lost.
You lost
Yeah.
them. They gonna hit back.
Yeah.
Next, they gonna hit that back, but that little arrow in the top corner of your phone when you watching the video, boop.
I do
What's
it. I ain't gonna lie. I
Right,
do it.
yeah.
I do it. I want things right. We live in an instant gratification type of age now.
Right.
He ain't feeling that. Look at his face.
Right.
Look at his face.
Yeah.
Look at his face.
I love
Look at
you
his
too,
face.
man. I love
But
and I love you too,
but-
but you just can't bite size everything. Just for.
But it didn't just happen there. That happened with. I mean, just even
Music.
think about it.
Music. Songs is a minute and 30 seconds now.
It has to be
EP.
There-
6 minutes long on
Yo,
Apple
it's
Music.
crazy.
4 verses. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Yeah, what? 4:16?
You not
Like
even
what?
getting 3
What's
verses
the
in that
16?
Right.
Three
Versus
verses in
16.
2 songs. Forget
16.
about it. You
Done.
getting 8 bars,
Yeah,
a bridge,
yeah.
another 8 bars,
And a hook.
song
That's
over, and a hook. Right.
Fine.
Even
it.
music is bite sized now. So
Yep.
everything is bite. Dog, I hope we answered your question. I know we went on a way long tangent on
That's
this
that.
one.
I mean,
I hope we answered your question, but then we have another question that was kind of leading into that. What we talking about now, as far as
What, Boca Ball or both or
nah, not that one. Damn, what was the other question?
hold on. Look, cause we got
About unks versus something about unks versus OGs.
what did the guy
OGs and unks. You know what I'm saying?
What did he say? Hold on.
That's actually real interesting right there because y'all cats are really on the.
Yeah, I hope we
Yeah.
answered your question, dog. I know we gave you a lot of different perspectives on that that first question, but
Yeah, Kareem, he said, are the old heads out of touch? And do you embrace being an old head? And are you an old head in the club turning up the trap music like the 20?
oh,
hey, one of us here.
One of
Well.
One of these is doing their own thing. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, as far as me with that question, man,
Yeah, I'm gonna hear this.
I embrace
I
being
bet
unk,
you
nigga.
do.
I embrace the OG unkness, nigga.
Right.
If you don't get old, you die young, nigga. That's all,
Right.
nigga. I the gray hairs, I ain't trying to hide them.
I still Beijing, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Nah, I let the grays come out, man. That salt and pepper and all that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I embrace it. But it's certain things that with me being of a certain age,
Which
it's
is what,
stuff that resonates with me.
Right.
half a century.
Nigga, I'm 50 years old.
Word.
There's
Hey,
no
man,
That's
hey,
that's
hey, we're
kids,
full black men.
That's the goal
Right,
to
that's
get
the
old.
goal. Right.
right.
So the whole thing is, you either, like you said,
If you don't get old, you die young.
the objective is to continue.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And for
Absolutely.
black men to say that they're in their 50s, 40s,
40s, yeah.
late 40s, like, man, this is an accomplishment. We weren't supposed to be here.
Right. You
We
heard?
weren't supposed to be
You
here.
heard?
We weren't supposed to be
Yeah.
here
I
at all.
embrace every day. That back hurting. You know what I'm saying? I embrace
All
it.
that old
I
man
just
shit.
like today's my
Yeah.
brother's birthday. He's 36. He's getting ready to enter the land of 40, and we're talking about knee pain. Like, can you imagine like that we would have been talking about this shit 20 years ago?
Not at all.
Right.
Not at
You know what
all.
I'm saying? Like, not ever. Like, but now, like, we're living. We're talking about
Right.
kids. We're talking
Right.
about your daughter, my daughter. Like,
Mhm.
you know, kind of things like that. So yeah, it is. It is an embracing.
And I understand the whole you're only as old as you feel and all that.
It's a
you know what I mean?
goddamn lie.
Yeah, like
Black lie.
Yo,
I-
yo,
97.
feel? Like I'm still gonna resonate with the things that I'm still gonna enjoy the things that resonate with me is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
So when it comes to
Yeah.
like new age music, movies, certain
Keep it real.
content that comes
Yeah.
out, like I enjoy
Yeah.
the things that I enjoy.
Right.
Do I shun all young rappers?
Yep.
No.
No, that's not true.
I like a lot of them.
Yeah.
I
We
put-
talk all the time
I
about like, yo, I
a
didn't know
lot
I like
of
this
young
young cat.
boys. But I like the rappers from
Yeah,
my generation that
yeah.
I can relate to better. If I had a choice to put on Young Snotty Nose or Uncle OG, I'm probably gonna listen to Uncle OG
Yeah, definitely.
rather than Young Snot Nose, because
Right.
Young Snot Nose talking
Yeah.
about
Snotty
shit
stuff.
that I'm not into. nigga.
Snotty
And
stuff.
should we even really
But you can still enjoy it though.
like that?
If I enjoy it, I can enjoy it if I enjoy
You
it.
just refuse to.
I do not.
No,
I
that's
do
not. That's hey, what
I
Common
do
say?
not.
If I don't like it, I don't like it. That don't mean I don't hate it.
I enjoy Lil Baby music. I enjoy
Yeah.
Moneybag Yo music. Just because I don't like Sexy Red, nigga, don't mean I'm not embracing it.
Right.
I don't have to like that shit. That's not for me.
And I can't identify with spitting on the eye. I can't. And most of these kids, you ask them, like, yo, who's your op? I said, what's his favorite color? What's his grandmama's name? What's his mama's name? What's his address? What street he live on? What's his date of birth? What's his daddy's favorite color? I don't know. How's your op?
What do you?
Can't identify
Why is
with
he
that.
out?
Why? Yeah, I can't identify with that. And that's what they talk about in a lot of this music, Moo. He disagrees.
Speak about
No.
it. Talk about
You know, I mean,
Young Snot
you
Nose
already
kinda
know
so.
how I feel about the whole OG term. Like,
I-
you know, I'm cool with you know, to getting to the age where where you're supposed to. But I had a hard time even being called OG. I mean, I remember the first time somebody even called me OG. That shit blew my mind. I'll tell you right now. You know, but it was a good thing. But it was like, I'm playing ball, whipping these cats. You know what I'm saying, on the full court. We win the game. It was like, yeah, good game, OG. We're like, what y'all talking about? Like, I'm the OG. Like, what? Like, when did that happen? You know what I mean? And but going back to hip hop music, I like what I like because it's great music.
It's
I
great
don't
music.
believe you. I don't
What do you
believe
mean?
you.
Tell me,
I don't
tell me
believe
what's
you.
great music to you.
I don't believe
Give me one example of something that you
What you
consider
mean?
great
I mean,
music of today.
What you just said?
No, well, Sexy Red is great music.
The best rap song of the year. You heard this? You heard this?
Oh,
It's not-
You
that's-
see what
it's
came
Nigga
out
said
with
that's
this?
the best rap
What
song of the year.
What list that
Hey,
came on?
hey, look, this is when I put the therapist hat on, and we need to do an assessment with this brother.
Yeah, like,
He's delusional, folks.
Absolutely.
I read
Crazy.
on the list. It says sex.
No, the listening. You listen to nothing, man. who list was that says Sexy Red #1 song of the year?
Right.
He takes the #1 song of the year to say she's the best of the year. She should get all
That's what-
Grammys.
right.
She should get all anything music related. American Source Award,
All
the
that.
American Music Award, any awards.
man, listen. You understand. You have fought it more than everybody else. Like like you never
Peter
wanted to
Pan.
let it go, man. So it's like every trend, everything that happens, you ride it because that's your way to still stay on this side of the fence.
Of the OG fence.
Right.
I'm still looking.
No, you're not.
Hey, he probably still go to the supermarket and stand in the line to get checked out. So this guy,
Yeah, fuck that self.
bring me up. Come on, man, dude.
Oh
Hilarious.
man, but that's I mean, but I never. But see, that's a part of the thing that why you make it. You look down on it, which is why you probably try to fight it harder than like you
You leave it up to him. He'll still have a BlackBerry.
True.
That's right.
And still be playing
And when they come
and still be
back,
playing what, live?
and when they come
Oh my
back,
God.
and when they come back,
See,
When they come back.
It'll be the best phone
They're
in the
not
world.
coming back, brother.
you know what I'm
stop,
saying?
man.
Let's bring it back to my point.
Are you scared to
What's
get
your
old,
point?
man?
But what is your point?
Right. Bring it back to what point? What point is
The
that?
point I'm making, the original point is this, y'all. Y'all just gotta accept the fact that you don't have to be, you know what I'm saying, an old head just because, you know, so you like old hip hop. You can
What is your
enjoy-
definition of old head?
You can
though? Like,
enjoy new hip hop, new music,
No,
you know what
we
I'm saying,
just-
for what it's worth, man. Stop just living in the past, bro.
No,
That's,
you can enjoy it
Right,
if it's
exactly.
something that you deem
that's what
enjoyable.
I'm saying.
When I hear new music that I deem enjoyable, I
I like
love
it.
Favi.
Yeah.
Favi is new. I love Favi. I loved pop.
And that's
I
the way
love
you
any
can-
of them.
and
That's
that's the way you can relate to the young cats out here, you know what I'm saying? With their music, you know what I'm saying? Which
But
brings
music
back to
is
saying,
not the only relatable thing, though,
Being,
bro.
you know what I'm saying, at the club, listening to trap music come on.
why?
You can be at damn floor,
Okay,
you know what I'm
freeze.
saying?
See, this is
40.
exactly.
There we go. Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Hell no. Hell no. Yeah, I'm throwing the
Oh,
big.
your cats don't club no more?
yeah, but the club I go
Listen,
to, I'm
don't
not trying
have
to hear
nobody
young
that's the
snot
age of my child in it, my
Oh
nigga.
my God. Y'all-
So see, so the place where you're
Yeah.
talking about is being played is the place at which I have no business.
My kids
Right.
are partying in that.
Yeah, I cannot go have a drink. I cannot go do any. First off, I don't go to the club anymore. I don't do any of that. If I'm at a gathering.
Right.
I'm going
I
to
was
some
partying.
like, I'm going to a place where somebody that some interest of mine is going to be at. Anybody that is doing that, or that is the main thing. If I'm in a place where that's going to come on, then that's
You in the right place, bro.
I am,
And the
for
right
what?
place for
right
who?
place for what?
Yo,
Right place for what?
Turn up.
So-
Turn what?
so you don't
look,
remember
this is the
being
part that makes me
crazy
mad, bro.
seeing an old chick in the club like, yo, why is
Why
Why is she here? Yeah,
That's
you
you
remember
right
that?
there.
Yeah, you remember dude
That
too?
was
Hey,
me, man.
now, you remember dude at Plum, the dude that always used to have like the white suit?
Exactly.
It felt like,
Be
it felt
yo,
like
dog.
so nasty. Like,
Right.
yo, because we're like 19, 20, 21. Like, dude, we know you 38. Why are you
Why
here?
are you here?
Why are
Why
you
are you
here?
Yeah.
And that would be you in
Yeah,
the
that's
club.
me, you.
That would be you
Then
in the
you're
club.
going to have a good
George
time, but
Jefferson
everybody
and all.
22 looking at you is like, why is
With
this
creases
always
in your
like
jeans.
Never that, nigga.
gum bottoms, the whole nine?
You'll never see
Anna
me
Shirley.
Son, yo, I'm just saying, like, that's crazy.
See, that's-
club.
But you can be fly.
I don't need to go to a club that one of my kids might walk in.
Sorry, not
And
happening.
they should be there.
Right.
This is their crowd.
Right.
They know more people in the crowd than I do.
Right.
I don't need to be there.
Right.
That's the best place to be there by your drinks.
No, bro. No.
What?
No.
What do you mean? That's
I
how you
disagree with
That's
that.
how you stay connected. No sense.
No, it's not.
I
No, it's not. No.
need
But see, there has to be a delineation. There's got to be a separation.
Right.
Because because I am older. Because I do
Right.
have to take a different classification now. These kids can't see me in the same light that they're in because why would they listen to me?
And they don't go off
Let me ask
of
you a
what
question.
you
I got a
say. They
question too.
go
I got a
based
question.
off of what they see.
I
And
got
if
a
they
question.
see him
Look.
amongst them, then yeah.
All right, I lose all credibility.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. And I don't want to seem like we dogpiling on you and shit, but yeah, you deserve this one.
Yeah, this was
Well, yo, all right. When you was of that age, 19, 20, 21, if you would have came in the house and your moms was in the crib jamming niggas done started something by DMX and them, how you'd have felt? You'd have looked at your mom like, yo, what are you doing?
What are you
You better go
doing?
put on some whispers or something. Like,
right.
if you would have been cool with your moms and then listening to
My mom fucks with DMX. What's wrong with that?
oh, here you go.
He's missing the point.
He's missing the point altogether. if you was 19, 20 years old, came in the house, and your moms was singing special ed, you would have had a problem with that, man. You would have told her go put on some Luther,
Right.
go put on some. But what are you doing listening to
Stay
this?
out of my
Like,
stuff. Stay out of my lane.
yeah, like, leave my CDs alone. Like, leave my cassette tapes. That's how old you is.
That is crazy, man. That is crazy. So I mean, that just tells you what? That I just gotta stay, like you said, stay in my lane, stay, you know what I'm saying, like
No.
Embrace your age, man.
I do.
No, but
we
you don't.
And we all do, but y'all just admit, not admit.
There we go.
Emit, right? Did I say the right word?
We'll
Omit.
find-
Sorry,
we'll find out.
y'all omit. So a whole genre, a whole generation of music, just because
No.
It's not a
No,
whole
if
generation.
it's good music,
I'm
will
gonna
listen to
rock it.
yeah, but your list is mad short. Though.
You get all your music from me. What are you talking about? So I have to have it in order to give it to you.
And look, and for y'all guys to be, producers also.
What part of the game is that?
Right.
How am I not in tune if I'm the one giving you all the young snot nose shit you asking for?
Exactly, but you don't even listen to it. You just give it to me.
Why do I have it?
It get one listen is a rap.
Right. So that negates your point that I don't give it a try. It gets one listen. If after that one listen,
I'm not gonna
it don't
force myself to like
resonate
it.
with me, and there's no reason for me to ever listen to it again,
I'm not
I'm
ever
gonna put it
listening.
on your phone, then I'm gonna delete that shit. Period.
I'm not gonna force myself to like anything.
Yeah.
I don't care where it came, what era it came from, or whatever.
Man, if my
it's
kids
now,
come in here and
I like-
see me
so matter of fact, who was the first
problem. They gonna look at me like
person
that.
that had you?
Like,
Who was the first person that had you hear the Yachty and J. Cole joints? Who was the first person that had you listen? Thank you. Thank you. Matter of fact, you too.
Yeah.
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 And did
So-
I not tell you that might have been verse of the year for me?
You said that.
And who was on the song? Insert Jeopardy song now.
That was a dope song.
It was, and
So-
I agree, it was. I enjoyed that song, and it's still in my Serato right now. But Young Snot Nose with Back to the Drill Again,
Back to the drill again.
that gotta go.
Gotta go.
I can't do it. Like I can't do it.
Oh man.
That's crazy. Oh well, okay. Well, I'll let it go with that because I just thought that was important because, especially with y'all having sons, I can't believe y'all don't see yourselves now hanging out partying with your kids.
What do you what do you mean hanging out?
Like
and
going to the
partying?
same club with your kid at. Like you said,
Why
you say
would
y'all
I do
no
that?
problem with that.
Why
I
would-
don't see a problem with that.
How would you
I
have
do-
felt if
why-
you went to
yeah.
Plum Crazy and your pops was in the club?
Saying, no, that nigga be popping bottles, you know what I mean?
That's crazy,
Flying over to the cut.
Hey,
He
look,
gonna be
I
cool.
went no
That's-
parts
yeah.
hanging out with
Yeah,
my son.
ever.
Nowhere.
Ever.
Nowhere. No.
Oh my goodness.
I go to
He
a
can
party
come to a
and
function with me.
Right. Exactly.
But I'm
Oh,
not
shit.
going out
I'm not
Yo,
going
with
with
him.
What do
Right.
you mean? That's
Nah, I'm not
Yeah,
going
right.
out
There's
with
a
my
man
son.
He
who-
would come with me.
There's
for something.
there's something
comes
that's
to
happening.
me.
He can come with me as we
Right.
go into the environment that he should be growing himself to, but not me regressing myself
Right.
to the club with him.
Cause he got good sense. Cam, I said, you want to go to Lounge 50th? Yeah. Then girl called. Oh man, I'm gonna sit this one out. Cool.
Right,
Now, if
right.
he would have turned around and said, "Hey, pops, you want to go out to Rocket Wild with me to turn up at this hotel party?" No, he knows not.
Not at
all.
going
To the
I'm
kick
not
at all.
going. Not going.
We're not going to the
At
kickback
all.
together. That's a perfect
No.
example. I feel you.
Why am I gonna look like that?
Right.
Dude? Don't be that.
And
Dude.
then they gonna be like, "Yo, why'd you bring your dad?"
It's impossible not to be that dude, huh?
Nah,
Yes.
I-
That scenario.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
It should be impossible.
Right.
Oh man.
You shouldn't want to be that.
Right.
guy.
But yeah,
Like,
you,
I don't
you
wanna-
don't. But it's I don't feel you.
I'm not
it's
trying to be
like-
his friend.
So what's going to happen when you get to the kickback? It's 19, 20-year-old girls there, 19, 20-year-old niggas there,
And
and
you.
your 45-year-old ass in there. What are you doing in there? And you in there talking about, oh, ski, that's shit. And they're going to look at you like,
And they're looking at you
they're going to look at you like,
like,
this nigga's hard.
whose pops is this?
And your kid gets no play.
No love, none. So I'm like, you brought your dad to the party,
You
yo?
brought your dad with you.
Brought your
Call this
dad?
nigga Uber, man.
Yeah.
Somebody call old school or Uber.
All right, that's what you really get.
They're gonna say call old
That's
school
what
or
you really
cab.
get. All right,
Take it easy,
Right.
OG.
Yeah. All right, old right,
Pops.
OG.
All right, Pops. They're gonna say call him a cab. Somebody call Uncle Cab.
Oh man.
Bro.
That's funny.
So,
I don't know.
so
man.
we got to disagree.
Yeah, we can definitely agree
Y'all
to
gonna-
disagree on that.
Y'all gonna have to stay in your in your 8-track mindset, and it's all good.
So, I mean, the whole. There's no lane. I mean, like you said, it's okay to evolve.
Right.
Like, cause
Right.
like just because like if nobody knew Lie was 50.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got people like especially I was at Christmas just kind of thumbing through and like man, cause hell. Y'all, we all family, so I show y'all kids off, like, yo,
Right,
Cam, like, this is
Yeah.
Lie kid, like, even from wife and family and everything, like, yo, what happened to your friend? Like, yo, this is family, da da da. So, no one will be able to look at this guy and like, he's 50. You know, I mean, there's age now for us has elevated.
Right,
So, like,
right.
Yeah.
when we were in our teens and 20s, 30-year-old dudes, they was raising families of 7 and 8, and niggas was old because they was living a whole lot, and we got a few kids. We got life a little bit better because they laid the way, so we don't
Right,
have to
right,
live
right.
it as hard. So we can we didn't have to kill ourselves like they did.
Right. And
Then,
50
what I'm
back
saying?
then ain't 50 now.
Yeah, 50. Yeah.
Like,
So
you
what I'm saying, this is
realize
that and the new.
Yeah, I mean,
You're right. I mean, because it's like they was, it was like 30s a new 20, 40s a new 30,
Right,
blah blah blah.
right.
That's
what they say.
Yeah, that's the transition. But what
But when we was in our 20s, you heard of somebody 50 years old, you thought they was old and
Yeah.
washed.
Right.
Like
Methuselah.
45 to
Right.
50, you was like, this nigga was mad old. He was
Right.
like 48.
Right.
Like,
And
he
you
damn near
laugh
dead.
now.
Yo, like, you looked at him like he damn near dead.
Right.
But now, being at that age, you like,
Like,
Yeah.
this ain't as old as I
Right.
thought it was
Right.
back then. Like, you know what I mean?
at all.
I embrace, man. I embrace getting older, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
start to feel it, and you appreciate things a little more, and things that I used to think mattered to me don't matter anymore.
true.
Right,
You know,
right.
At this
Right.
age.
Right.
How about y'all? Y'all feel the same way about certain things?
Oh, for sure. I mean, at a much younger time, you kind of cared more about what other people thought about
Yeah.
what you did or what you became or what you felt. But as you age, you realize that I'm just glad to put my feet on the floor this morning, and
Right, right,
so
right,
therefore,
right.
so it's almost like fun. So my granddad just passed like a year or so ago, and as he aged, you start to realize how much less care. No, say care, but how many. For a better word, how many fucks he didn't give as he aged.
Yeah.
That's all old
You know what I'm
people.
saying? It's like,
They
hey
don't
man,
care.
I
They
don't
gonna hurt your feelings,
care.
so what? If your
I'm gonna
feelings
say
hurt,
what
they
I'm
hurt.
gonna say,
Right.
and hey, look, this is how I feel. If you don't like it,
So what?
so what?
Right. And you know what? Some of that, man, I wish I would have had that in my younger years, the 20s.
Right.
To where I didn't really care about
other
what
people thought.
people
No,
thought.
Yeah.
Like, we had a conversation like, oh yeah, shooting these videos like, yeah, you on there clowning, dancing around. I'm like, man, I don't give a damn what nobody say, because people will think what they want to think, and they're always
they
going to do
will.
that, but they say anything.
Right.
Yeah.
It shouldn't even matter.
Right.
Things I used to care about, I just don't, like you said, zero
don't
fucks
care,
given
man.
about some things now.
Uh-huh.
You know what
That's
I
a
mean?
fact. That's a fact. I call it the fucking 50s. Anything now. If I don't feel it,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
good or bad. Good or
Right.
bad.
You good with
And I'm
that?
good with that.
Right.
I can live with that. I can live with that now. 30s, I might not have been able to live with that. Be like, nah, I don't want to do that because
Right.
Exactly.
That's the only way to preserve peace of mind too.
Sanity,
Like,
man.
and
Yes,
that's the thing.
yeah.
Like if you could, interesting question. So if I said, what would 45-year-old Moody tell 25-year-old Moody?
Yeah, I mean, I always thought that, and when I do think that sometimes, the first thing that comes to mind was like, 45 definitely ain't what you. The next 20 years definitely ain't what you. That's totally good. But I thinking how I was thinking back at 25. When I thought in 20 years, it did not look like this at all.
What did you think in 20 years? I mean, it's about to be your degree.
Right.
In a second.
Yeah,
What did you
That's
think
what
in
I
20
said.
years?
That was a deep statement right there.
Yo, I just knew. I mean, I'm trying to think now, 25 years ago, but it was completely different. It was completely what reality. I heard this guy said that if you told someone what it would take for you to do to get to a certain level, to a certain place in your life, if I showed you the route that you would have to go through to get to where you wouldn't do it, and that's why, you know what I'm saying. When I think about that, sometimes I was like, maybe that was the case that might have happened to me in reverse, like, you know, it was just that. Okay, not to over talk, but that's why I was telling myself, because you would think that at a certain point you got it, you know where you want to be, you know what I mean, or you got that whole, you know what I'm saying, mindset, and then 20 years later you like, yo, oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go through it to get to it, and the brain doesn't even fully develop until the age of 25.
Yep.
And I find out even in private practice, and this happened today consequently, and the gentleman is probably about 51. Most people I ask that are struggling with like interpersonal stressors, anxieties, depressive symptoms, or whatever disorder they come in for, what do you like? First, I have them goal set, right? They rarely have goals, so they have no purpose. If you don't have goals, you don't have purpose. And without purpose, you got no motivation. You're just sitting around waiting to die. You're existing and not living, right? So I ask them, what do you like? Most people can't even tell you what they like. They can't even tell you what they like. Today, at today's age. So their 20-year-old self, what could the 20-year-old self tell their self today if they don't even know what they like today? Even if I had the blueprint, my 20-year-old self saying, "Hey, my 46-year-old self, hey, 20-year-old," I wouldn't follow the blueprint I told myself that I'm at now, because then I wouldn't have went through the process. You gotta embrace the process. We always go to worst case scenario. And go to worst case scenario, embrace it though, but don't stay there.
But would you think? I mean, I know we delved into the topics that we need to talk about, but in this respect, but what about that person that has the anxiety about that? That's where a lot of I think the seizure of that state of paralysis comes from, because it's like I've got the anxiety to like you say don't stay there, like but my anxiety is keeping me here. I can't get out of that shit.
But you know what it is too? I call it variable X. It's the unknown. We fear what
you don't know. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So it's the unknown, but people are unwilling sometimes to go through the process because of fear. Listen, most of us, I tell my clients this, we know exactly what's wrong with us, and we know what our issues are, and we know how to fix them. We just rationalize why we don't want to.
I think a lot of that comes with maturity too, though, man.
Right.
The difference between getting old and maturity is,
right.
In order to get old, you just got to keep living.
That's it.
That's all it takes to get old. But maturity take work.
Yeah.
You have to see things that happen. You have to understand things that happen to you. Understand why they happen. Find a way to come to terms with it and move on to the next part of your life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If you stay in one part of your life because you don't want to deal with, if you don't want to mature enough to come to terms with what has just happened to you and figure out a way internally that you need to get past it, then you're going to be the 20-year-old self until you're done. You know what I mean? You're never going to mature.
Yeah.
The difference between maturing and getting old. I know a lot of old niggas that ain't mature.
Ain't mature,
But all that for another podcast. We don't want to take it down. We don't want to get too down on it down.
Right.
So,
well, man, I appreciate y'all brothers. doing this with y'all, man, has been a great experience, man.
Sure.
I look forward to more with y'all.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, spend the one. Spend the one. Spend the one.
Great time with y'all fellas, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tune in next week when I ain't even gonna say it.
When we get him to act in his age, folks.
Remember that, baby. That's your boy.
All right.
Gone,
Peace
y'all.
out.
See y'all cats on the next one.
Urban Mel.